A warm welcome to today's webinar. It's great to have you all here. Today we're going to talk about alternatives to the classic press release, content marketing. This is part one of our webinar series, Rest in Peace Press Release, Distributing Content Online. My name is Ann-Kathrin Gortke, and I'm Marketing Manager at Aiology and responsible for our webinars, among other things. As always, during our webinars, I'm accompanied by a colleague. Today, it's my colleague Linda Hartung, who is outreach expert at Aiology and is very familiar with the topic of content marketing. Linda, good to have you here. I'm going to turn the microphone over to you so we can get started right away with today's topic. Have fun.
Thank you, Anka. So also from me, a warm welcome to our Rest in Peace press release series. This one, as Anka said, is part one, the alternative to the classic press release, the content marketing. That's me. I'm Linda. I'm an outreach expert and I'm working for Aiology for over 3.5 years. And yeah, content marketing, seeding, distribution, and collecting backlinks. A little agenda for today. First of all, I will tell you something about the concept of the classic press release and the content marketing as an alternative. Why doesn't it work? Which alternatives are there, and how you can plan a content marketing campaign. And of course, in the end, you'll get a conclusion. Before I start, I just want to show you some information about the Aiology, about our company. We are doing search engine optimization, so SEO. We're working in paid advertising, content creation, and this here is my part, the content outreach, where we provide high-class links and collect backlinks, do outreach, do seeding, and that's what we're talking about today, the content marketing. So first of all, the question here is, why do press releases no longer work? First of all, the journalists' mailboxes are flooded with press releases. They're often sent to them without being requested. They land in the mailbox of the journalist, and it's just a flood in there. And therefore, many press releases do not get any attention. They just land at a trash can and are ignored by the journalist. Another point is that there's an increasing time pressure in editorial offices. They have to publish on social media, they have to publish on their website, and not only in one newspaper anymore. So they have to publish several articles per day. And in the press release, there's not often an added value inside, so the essential information is missing. Sometimes journalists also get the press release during a distribution list, but they're mostly too wide, and the journalists don't have an idea why they got this press release, because it's just not their topic, it's just not their main part, and they don't have no idea what to make of the subject. And press releases often have a pure information contained, and there is no storytelling and nothing around it. And storytelling is the part that makes an article and a good article and a readable article. And if it's not in there, it does not really offer a reading pleasure. Today, also, research channels are no more complex. The journalist can inform him or her in social media. There's search engines which they can use, and they also can talk to informants. So they don't really need to have a press release in their mailbox, and there are just more ways to research. So but let's talk about the alternatives. Which alternatives are there? The first one is the classic banner advertising. It enables a direct addressing of the desired target group. You get a high freedom of design for advertising banners, because you have a wide range of technical options. You can do it all in your company's company's colors and your company's brand. And of course you have flexible billing models. On the other hand, on the contra side, the banner advertising on the screen is often perceived as annoying and is even ignored by the reader. When your reader or your website visitor has an active ad blocker, they don't even see the banner, they're not displayed. There's no reliable measurability for the benefit or the success of the advertising banner. And you can't make a differentiation between unintended and intended clicks of the users. So, the unintended thing is everybody, it. Your website is still loading, maybe on your cell phone, on your smartphone, and you want to click the menu button. But in this exact moment, a banner appears on the whole screen, and you click on the banner and not on the button, and that's pretty annoying, isn't it? So that's kind of the unintended click you get on your advertised banner. So let's go to the second one, the advertorial. The advertorial is not hidden by an ad blocker. You have an information flow, and the reading flow is not interrupted. But on the other hand, you have a higher effort due to high quality text, and it has to be thematical. It has just to suit to the website, to the environment you want to publish your advertorial. Another one as a alternative for the classic press release is the native advertising. There's ads tailored to the target audience. It's less intrusive than banner ads. The advertising is adapted to the reading habits of the user, and it's particularly effective on mobile devices. But on the other hand, it's a high effort for the creation. The critics see also a danger of surreptitious advertising, and a statement of the reader that they're not reading the genuine article, and that can lead to a lack of trust. And lack of ideas as advertising is accommodated by imitating an ordinary content instead of developing innovative strategies. So the difference between advertorial and native advertising is the user experience. So native advertising offers more creative and digital experience than the traditional advertorials, and it offers content that is value and interesting to users. And in particular successful forms, the website visitors might even interact with your native ad. And classic advertorials work well if you want to send a direct promotional messages, but the native advertising is the first choice when brand awareness and an image build is the main focus. So native advertising can be defined as paid forms of advertising and tailored to the target group, which are not recognizable as such a first glance are integrated into the editorial offering of a medium. So that's kind of the difference. So now let's cut to our content marketing part. That's what we're talking about today. So we have expert positioning on the pro side. It's an added value for users, and it's less intrusive than the classic advertising measures. And of course, you have touch points away from the point of purchase, and this ensures a positive association of your brand. But on the other hand, it's a high time expenditure. You need more resources, and you have to have a willingness to rethink. You have to think outside the box. You have to get innovative ideas. So that's kind of hard for people who still think, old but gold. And so let's go on to what is content marketing. Content marketing, we have a definition here, is the design and creation of relevant content that offers informative, advisory, or entertaining value to the target group. The target group relevant added value that a created content must offer is absolutely paramount in this marketing discipline. So it offers, an informative, advisory, and entertaining value to the target group. So you create a content that is informative, that is maybe even emotional, and that fits perfectly to your target group. And it has to be a big added value to it. And you have to keep things in mind that posting on social topics should be consistent with the company's image. For example, if you want to publish a content marketing campaign through the topic of sustainability, and your company is not really sustainable at all, that's not really how it should work. You should stand behind the value of the campaign. And because that's why the users want authenticity, they want closeness to the brand, so it has to fit in total. And of course, with a certain amount and courage and creativity, you can create great visibility on the market. As you can publish it. You can publish it through social media, through blogs, through websites, through your own social media, but also through other social media pages which fit perfectly to your campaign. So it's a high potential behind it. There are two different types of the content marketing. First of all, the strategic content marketing and the operational content marketing on the other hand. The strategic side is the long-term strategy to offer the website visitors something and inform them regularly. So it could be a guide, a magazine on your website, which is filled with different articles regularly. It can be a blog or interviews and even reports, etc. So everything that has publishing on regular basis belongs to the strategic content marketing. The operational content marketing, on the other hand, is the creation and distribution of individual pieces of content to generate new mentions, links, etc. It's called the hero content. So this is, for example, infographics, white papers, surveys, statistics, and studies. And this is actually the content, what we're looking for in content marketing. So the hero content, which is a one-time content, and what we want to publish is the infographic, white papers, ebooks, surveys, whatever you can think of. The goals of the content marketing is, of course, getting visitors and traffic on your website, increase your sales, collect backlinks and strengthen your backlink profile, and boost your awareness of your brand, and of course, generate rankings for Google. And of course, you have to define which goals you want to achieve. So you have to choose which part of the content marketing you want to use. The operational content marketing is more like for more traffic and more visitors. It's the backlinks and social signals, and it's for creating or for increasing your branding and your awareness. The strategic one is more for rankings and sales. But of course, there's always an impact on the goals from each of the two versions. So one more than the other on the other side, but yeah, that's just kind of the goals you want to check. You have to be sure about goals, and that's how you choose which of the operational or the strategic content management you would like to choose. I also brought examples for content marketing. For example, this is a case study of a content marketing project which we did in German. It is a German website called buchhaltungeinfachsicher.de, where it's translated means accounting simple and secure. And it's a pure informative website with everything you need to know about accounting. And accounting, as it is an informational keyword, there's no product ranking possible. So it was clear we wanted to have a pure informative website. So yeah, that was the solution. We built a new website with articles and information about accounting. And now we have new ranking possibilities for the informational search. And in the end, we did, when it was finished, we did active seeding and collected a lot of backlinks and distributed it on the web. As you can see, the visibility index, the visibility index of this website, it increased a lot. Of course, there are some fluctuations in between, but that's just natural way, of course. And after all, the trend is rising. You can see that, right? It's started from the bottom, now we are here. And it's a big increase with our campaign. And Systrix is our main tool to monitor and to evaluate in Germany and in some other European countries, but this does not have to apply to every country. So sometimes you can find more data with tools like Ahrefs or other tools. You can just use whatever tool you're familiar with and what tool you want to use to monitor. So yeah, just have a tool to monitor so you can set your goals and check your goals or check where you're standing at right now. So the next positive impacts we got from our seeding or from our content marketing campaign for the accounting project are the keyword rankings. For example, the first one, the Buchhaltung, which means accounting, is still on position 1 in Google, and also other related keywords like financial accounting, accounting easy, which is also like the website name, and balance sheet, for example, are still on position 1 in the Google search. So yeah, with it, yeah, a pretty good distribution. The website ranked pretty good in the fast time. So that's actually a perfect example for content marketing. And that's how it looks like on Google when it's on position 1. I also brought you a selection of backlinks we built, we collected for this special campaign. The dub.de is a portal for company sale and franchise, and it belongs to the Handelsblatt, which is a website, a big website for news from finance, economy, and politics. It has steady visibility index from 1.37. So, and it's thematic, totally relevant to our accounting topic. The next one, Bildungsexperten, which translates to education expert, has a visibility index, an SI of 1.55. And even the article has an SI of 0.0024. It doesn't sound much, but an article that ranks and has a visibility index is pretty good. And it even ranks for 15 mobile keywords and 5 desktop keywords. So if you look for accounting, you will get this article pretty fast. And that's what we want to, that's what we want to achieve, that our articles are ranking pretty good. The next one, channel partner, we got also a backlink from them. It has a high visibility index from 7. It is economy, finance, business to business, computer and technology magazine. And the last one, you see the visibility index isn't that high, but it is the Buchhalterverein, the accounting association, which is a registered association, which creates trust for Google and for search engines. And this article ranks mobile for 13 keywords. The next example I got for you was a French project. It's the Klingel Spice Guide, FR. It was published on the French version of Klingel, which is laurakent.fr. And it's an ebook with all the spices. It's from anise to za'atar. It has, all the spices you can think about. It had recipes and information around the world, where the spices come from. So it's a food campaign. The shop is a clothing shop. So you see, it doesn't really have to be your main subject or your main business. It also can be a little wider. We wanted to create a comprehensive guidebook of the subject of spices, and we wrote it. We did conceptual support for the client during the implementation, and in the end, we created a landing page. It was was a download as a free PDF document, and of course after that we also did active seeding, and we distributed it on the web and collected new links. Also, I brought some backlinks we were building there. It's Futura Science. It is a big health magazine in France with a very high visibility of 217. We also got a backlink from actu.fr, which is a local newspaper and a website with also a very high visibility of 32. And we got a link of a blog, which is called Amour de Cuisine. I don't know if I pronounce it right. It translates to kitchen love, and it's a very relevant blog for food and of course for spices. So we're happy we got a backlink from them. Yeah, for the keyword Epices Guide, which is Spice Guide in French, the website or the guide of Laura Kent still ranks in position 1 in the SERPs. And also for guides, the Epices, which is a differentiation of the keyword phrase, is also still on position 1 this day. You can see it here. We checked it with the incognito mode of our website, of our browser. Yes. We didn't only do the content marketing project in French, but we also published it in German and Dutch. And our language experts did the seeding and distribution and collected the backlinks in the respective countries. In total, in Germany, we gained 16 links. In the Netherlands, we gained 19 links, and in France as well, 19. So, what are the learnings about content marketing? What is content marketing? Content marketing is the design and creation of relevant content that offers added value to your target audience in an informative, advisory, or entertaining way. You can make a distinction between the strategic and the operational content marketing. And what we're talking about is the operational content marketing, which focuses on generating traffic, collecting backlinks, as well as social signals, and increasing your awareness. Let's now get to the next part. What matters in content marketing? Well, you have to think, what do you want to achieve? Of course, you want to put your reader value at the center. So say yes to that. You want to create a high quality content. You have to find new topics, and you meet the zeitgeist, which needs to be a new topic, a current topic, or maybe even a future topic. Things you maybe say no thanks to would be like consider the added value for the reader as unimportant and keep content quality low in favor of budget. It's always like quality over quantity, of course. And you should also not create the 15 guidebook on spring cleaning like it exists. So don't be the 16th guidebook. Create something new, create something, breathtaking, whatever. So, and don't think like we used to do it the same way. As we say, change your mind, keep thinking outside of the box. So yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind. Also, more tips from us. You have to attract attention through emotional topics. Emotional topics are much more likely to be linked to and published by a webmaster, even journalist or a blogger, as they have storytelling in the background. You have to pick up on current topics or maybe even future topics. And you can use events like movie premieres, the Oscars, a continuation of a popular series, on maybe occasions like Mother's Day, with January, the Christmas holidays, and other special occasions. But very important is, if you have a certain occasion, you have to start early and definitely on time. So your ebook or whatever you choose, like white paper or graphic, whatever you want to publish, and your landing page, of course, and the whole content marketing campaign is finished and ready to be distributed before the occasion is here. So it's worse. It's nothing worse than getting a Christmas campaign and it's finished in January. So that's not the point. You have to start, for example, for the Christmas campaign in November, because that's where everything starts. So there are articles published. Everybody thinks about presents. So always think about starting before the actual occasion is there. And of course, you have by choosing a topic, you also have to think about and weigh up whether the topic has not yet been covered, as it is simply uninteresting to the users, and therefore nothing has been published yet. So you should think twice if you want to publish an uninteresting and maybe in the end boring topic. And you have to weigh up whether the topic is of interest, but nothing has been published on yet. So if you can find a topic that's relevant, that's interesting, and for example, you can check that via Google Trends, you can check social media, hashtags, and so on. That would be the topic you actually want to publish. Another way of finding topics, of checking for topics, is of course your competitor. So you can do a competitor analysis. In this point, it's not about copying your campaigns, the campaigns of your competitor, but it's a good way to get a feeling for which topics are well received. You can check what your competitor publishes. Are there interactions? Are there comments? Are there maybe likes? Is it shared online? So you can see if the topic is good or bad. Or you can also do an error analysis. What could be done better? What bothers you as a user? So it's a good way to find your errors, the inter-references on the competitor's website, so you in the end can do better. And in this part, think as a reader, like think as a website visitor, as a customer of this website. What do you like? What bothers you? What do you expect? Or maybe are there some information missing? Can you do better? And of course, think about what else would users like to see, both like in terms of content and in presentation. Of course, the first step in competitor analysis is we scan the website. Well, first we have to set the competitors, of course, but then if you choose 1 or 2, 3 competitors, whatever number you like, scan the website. Is there even a content marketing content? So if there are content marketing contents, then go on, check the website and keep on checking. And if there are no contents in this kind, there's no use for you and you can't really analyze anything. So you can skip to the next competitor and check their website. When there is content marketing on this website, you can ask you the following question. So of course, how many content marketing products are there? What medium has been chosen? Is there maybe just an article, a blog article? Is there something to download? Is it a graphic? Whatever, just check which medium they choose. Check what topics are available. So maybe you see what topics are really interesting. What topics do the customer interest? You can also analyze the landing page, like is it kept non-commercial, commercial, or is it commercial? Is the structure clear, and does it give a good overview of the topic, or do you miss some points of the topic? And is it obvious whether experts have been contributed, or is it just an article of a journalist or a member of the team of your competitor? Then you can also analyze the content. Is it an appealing language style? Is the content of the high quality? Are there any spelling or grammatical errors, or has the topic been covered comprehensively or just parts of it? And you can also analyze, of course, the landing page using tools such as Systrix, like monitoring tools, Ahrefs, whatever you want to use, whatever you're familiar with. And you can check, does the landing page have an SI? How often was it linked? For which keywords does it rank? So everything what you in the end want to achieve, like the rankings, the SI, all of that, check that for your competitor first, so you can see what to do and what not to do. And of course, does the topic offer an added value? The added value is the most important thing. It has to add a value to your readers' minds. And that's the main point on this. Also, I brought some examples. For example, the Coca-Cola Share a Coke campaign. The Coca-Cola campaign gave everyone the opportunity to personalize their favorite drink. First, they took the most popular names in Australia and they added them to the side of the bottles. You remember the name on the tag. And the people went crazy for it. So since then, the campaign has spread all around the world. And yeah, this action was successful because people felt very special. It was the emotional part because it's their name. It's a personal touch, and which is the crux of the content marketing. But yeah, it's the branding was focused for this promotion. So Coke wasn't tracking online behavior. They didn't check with online tools. So there was no study of online behavior or remarketing conducted. Yeah. Next example. This one was a campaign of L'Oréal Paris, which did a signature face virtual makeup campaign. They did it. They had smart filters that let you test how different lipstick shades would look on you, on your face, without even leaving your home. It was at the beginning of the COVID epidemic or pandemic. It's they did it when the shops were closed, and they had to find a way to get people buying, because if you don't go out, maybe you don't need lipsticks, but if you can try them on, if you see them on your face and you don't have to go out, you feel safe at home, you feel safe in your home, and maybe you will buy more. So in this case, the customer benefits and the needs come first. Of course, they can stay at home, they can stay healthy, and they can try on new products. And this is how the added value of this campaign was created. And it is fun and easy to use, and it's very practical in time when people don't go out shopping or don't go to stores anymore. So the brand did understand the challenges of not being able to go out, and they did this elegant solution, which is a pretty good example of content marketing. So now we know what is content marketing, and we know what matters in your content marketing campaign. But one part is still missing, and namely, how do we get those good ideas? How do we get those innovative topics, and how can we find this new and this never been here before content? So therefore, you can use creativity techniques, and you can use them because if you use them, your idea killers are avoided. For example, if you don't use them, you have time pressure, you don't get out of your comfort zone, you fix on your usual and your known, and there are always those disparaging phrases. You know that everybody knows that one person that hears an idea right away says, no, that's not going to work. So that's really, really disappointing, discouraging, and that's what you don't do when you use creativity techniques. Wait, that was one too fast. There we go. Instead, think outside the box when you use a creativity technique. The basic rule is every thought counts. There are no ratings, there are no opinions to it. It's just collecting ideas. You can actively engage with unfamiliar and new ideas, and you can increase the creativity and give them enough space and time when you have a real creativity technique and a real appointment for it. What you have to know before is there are two phases in the creative thinking. The first one is the divergent, the idea finding phase, and the second one is the converging, the idea evaluation phase. In the first one, you do a wide search for many different and new alternatives, and on the other hand, the second phase, you can do a focused and positive affirmative evaluation of the things you found, of the topics, the ideas you found. But most important, those two phases have to take part separately from each other, because you don't want the evaluation before finding all the ideas possible. The advantages are, for example, the topic is explored and viewed from different angles, from all persons of your team, from all sides of your team. All factors are relevant to a topic have been noticed and considered. There are new alternatives found, and maybe even alternatives that you have not been thought of before. And that's good, increasing the likelihood of new and workable solutions. And thinking is made much more effective when you have a place where you can think and where you can think creative. So the first one, what is important in the divergent phase? Of course, postpone evaluation. That's not the phase for evaluation. It's the phase for finding ideas. Everything is possible. There's nothing is too wild. Seek wild ideas. Think around the corner. Quantity definitely over quality this time. But you can also build on existing topics, and you can make connections to existing topics. So maybe spin them wider, think outside the box for this ones to just find ideas you can think of, everything you can think of. The converging phase, the evaluation phase, is to look for potentials instead of failures. So think, why does it work, and not why doesn't it work? So go in there positive and apply positivity to everybody and to every idea. Act also consciously and deliberately with high intention, and do not forget your goal. Your goal is the great content marketing campaign. And think also about the novelty, the innovative element, the thing, the topic that has never been there, and maybe you can improve the ideas instead of rejecting them. Like if plan A of the idea doesn't work, maybe you can try plan B, and this works as well if you like the topic but not like the usual plan. For example, how can you get on those ideas? There are different creativity techniques, and I will want to suggest you 2 of them. The first one is brainstorming. First of all, you write every idea that comes to your mind on a sticky note, on a piece of paper, and each idea gets 1 sticky note, and then you read it out loud in your team, in your group where you're talking about the themes, and then you stick it on a flip chart, and you go on as long as the ideas flow, and it only stops when you can't think of any more ideas. Don't interrupt until finished, because there's always more to think about. So only stop when the flow of idea has ended. The advantages are you have an uncomplicated process. It's hardly no preparation necessary, just like the paper and the flip chart. And right now, if you're more in home office, time of home offices, it can be done anytime and anywhere. So you don't even need a flip chart. You can also do it via video call with an interactive whiteboard, for example. The second example of a creativity technique is the brainwriting. It is similar to brainstorming, but each person gets quiet time for thinking before. The person can collect ideas before for its own. And after that, still no evaluation, of course. That's the first phase. You develop your ideas and you create your associations, whatever you want. The second phase is the further idea development through a different person. So the ideas of person 1 gets passed over to person 2, who develops the idea with his or her own ideas. And then, for example, passes the same note or idea to person number 3, who does the same and further develop the idea. And the third phase, it's the discussion phase. It's the phase for criticism, and here the best ideas are selected, and you can maybe even choose a winner topic. Of course, the brainwriting concept you can also use as a continuation of brainstorming. Therefore, then the first idea finding phase from the brainstorming gets continued with the brainwriting phase, where everybody develops an idea further. So there the sticky notes wander around from person to person, and they develop the idea from the first person. Again, then evaluation, and of course finding a winner topic. Advantages of brainwriting, it can be used as a standalone creativity technique or as a continuation of brainstorming. It has a low effort, and it's also possible in large groups, and you only need paper, writing materials, and a timer. And that's it. Of course, there are a lot of different creativity techniques, but we can't talk about all of them here. So I wanted to ask you to do the following article on our website. We published an article about a lot of creativity techniques, so just click on there and you can read them online and get even more. So in the end, you have, of course, to evaluate your ideas, your topics, everything you found. So stay positive in evaluation and focus on the positive sides, find rather potentials than failures, and of course, overcome concerns. Don't think about what could go wrong, but also always think about things that could go right. That's an example how we can, or how you can evaluate. That's how we do it. You can see the sticky notes with the ideas written on, and you can see it's written a lot of. So these are the notes for the idea development, which the other ones did. And yeah, when we do our creativity workshop, that's how we usually evaluate our ideas. Each person gets a little colored sticker, like the little red dots you can see here. And maybe 2 or 3, it depends on the number of total ideas. So every person sticks their sticker on their own favorite idea. And in the end, the ideas with the most stickers are the favorite ones. Those are the winner themes. And the idea with no stickers, they don't have any supporters and you can eliminate them right away. After that, we want to classify our different or favorite ideas, and we like to use the COCD box for it. On the one hand, you can evaluate the degree of originality, and on the other hand, the degree or the level of the implementation, whether it's either easy to implement or it's difficult to implement. So topics that are difficult to implement and have a low level of originality, they do not have the requirements to be worked on, as they need a lot of resources for a low level topic. So you can just forget about them. The now topics, which are here on the bottom left, these are easy to implement, but they're not really original. So these are the topics for short-term implementation and have low expenses. The wow topics, these are the topics you want to have because it's a very original topic and it's really easy to implement. So that should be your winner topic or even your winner topics. The how topics, these are topics which are very original, but also difficult to implement. So these are long-term topics. You can re-evaluate them later on. Maybe the requirements changed, you have more possibilities or just a better basis than before. So just set them on your agenda for maybe half a year later and check on them again. Are they still difficult to implement or has it changed? So you can think about them later on. So in conclusion, now you should have chosen your winning topic. The question is, do exclude topics that are unoriginal and difficult to implement, of course. Determine a winning theme and put the how topics on the long-term agenda. So the next steps, what happens next in your content marketing campaign? The next steps is the implementation of the campaign. You have to create a schedule that is working for your campaign. You have to determine a medium, like do you want an infographics, a white paper, a survey, whatever you want. You have to find partners and experts. For example, for the spice guide we had before, we had food experts. We had a chef which cooked a lot of the recipes, just for example. And you have to define your content and you have to think about layout and graphics. And think about who can help you in this point. If you're not into layout and graphics, find a partner that can do it for you. And of course, you have to create a landing page for your website where you publish this whole content marketing. But that's, more on those points you will get to know in our next video, part 2, effectively creating a content marketing campaign. So what are our learnings of our part 1? The conclusion: The classic press release usually offers too little added value and does not really attract any attention. So you have alternatives like the native advertising or the content marketing. Content marketing is perfect for creating added value for your users. And content marketing is, the definition is the design and creation of relevant content that offers informative, advisory, or entertaining value to the target group. A distinction is made between strategic and operational content marketing. You know, the blog articles and the one content marketing, where you publish just one graphic, one ebook. Creativity techniques are very helpful in finding topics and to develop your innovative ideas. You can use evaluation to determine the best idea, your winning theme. And the next step is now to design and implement the campaign. So that's all from me. Anka, do you want to come back?
Yes. So we also have some stuff for you to get. So thank you for joining again, and thank you, Linda, for all the insights. Now, if you want to know how to effectively create a content marketing campaign, so check out our part 2 of our webinar series, as Linda already said, and you find the link in our info box. And I also have 2 reading recommendations for you: a white paper on content strategy and a white paper on modern link marketing. You can download both of them for free on our website, so feel free to surf there and get some free knowledge. So that was everything for today. Thank you very much for joining us and for looking our webinar, and we hope to see you next time. If you have any questions, feel free to write us an email to marketing@eology.de, and see you next time. Bye bye.